Hello, this is Yogeshwar 7000 again, and I'm back on another interesting topic in Vedic astrology today. And this video is actually in continuation to our earlier video on nakshatras on Vishaka Nakshatra. We did discuss about Vishaka Nakshatra in detail in our earlier video, and today we'll be talking about the four padas of Vishaka. As we know that one nakshatra spans a distance of 13 degrees and 20 minutes, and there are 27 nakshatras, so 27 times 13 degrees 20 minutes is the entire zodiac, the distance of the entire zodiac, which is 360 degrees. So today we'll be talking about the four padas of Vishaka, which is in continuation to the discussion we had on Vishaka. And padas are basically nothing but four equal divisions of a nakshatra. So like I mentioned, every nakshatra is having a distance or spans a distance of 13 degrees and 20 minutes in the zodiac, and that 13 degrees and 20 minutes is subdivided into four equal divisions called padas. Okay, and these four equal divisions span a distance of 3 degrees and 20 minutes. So 3 degrees and 20 minutes times 4 comes to 13 degrees and 20 minutes, which is the entire distance of the zodiac. And the importance of this division is because every division is kind of a navansha, because if you divide a Rashi into 9 parts, it's exactly 3 degrees and 20 minutes. So it's kind of a navansha because the distance is same, which is 3 degrees and 20 minutes. And each of this pada or navamsha, as you can say, is loaded by a planet. Each navansha is a different zodiac sign, and so the effects of that zodiac sign and the lord of that zodiac sign, which is the pada itself, is going to have an impact on the characteristics of the nakshatra. So you could be born in a nakshatra like we discussed about Vishaka Nakshatra, and today we are discussing about the divisions of Vishaka Nakshatra. So you know that the lord of Vishaka Nakshatra, if you refer to my earlier video, you'll understand what I'm talking about. The lord of the Vishaka Nakshatra is Jupiter. Okay, however, these four padas or four navamshas are different zodiac signs, so the lord of those padas is going to be different. Okay, so the impact of that pada is also going to be felt other than the impact of the ruling planet of that nakshatra. So that's why it's very important, and today we're going to discuss about that part. Okay, so we did discuss about Vishaka Nakshatra in detail in our Vishaka Nakshatra video, and we discussed general characteristics and what's the animal symbol, what's the ruling planet, which I just discussed, it's Jupiter, what is the nature, who's the presiding deity, Indra and Agni, what are the positive traits, what are the negative traits, what are the career interests, what best careers will be suited to them, how they think. Because basically nakshatra is when we consider nakshatras, we consider the placement of moon in that particular nakshatra. So in a generic term, we say, okay, moon is placed in this nakshatra, so the person is born in this nakshatra. Why? Because as per mythology, every nakshatra is kind of a wife. These 27 nakshatras are 27 wives of the planet moon, and moon stays in one nakshatra for approximately 1 day. So the position of moon is considered very, very important as far as nakshatras is concerned, because in the entire zodiac sign it's 360 degrees, there are 27 nakshatras, and the other 9 planets, or the other 8 planets rather, would be sitting in every nakshatra, and they'll have their impact. But in a generic term, we say you're born in this nakshatra based on the placement of moon. Why? Because it's a lunar mansion. As per mythology, it's considered that moon has 27 wives, which are representative through these nakshatras. And as we know also that moon stays in one nakshatra and jumps from one nakshatra to another nakshatra in approximately 1 day, and it completes the entire zodiac of 360 degrees in approximately 27 days. So this is how, it is considered that moon plays a very important role. Not that the other planets are not important as far as their placement in different nakshatras is concerned, but moon is of prime importance, and that's the reason why we say, a person is born in this nakshatra based on the position of moon. So today we'll be talking about the 4 padas of Vishaka Nakshatra, which is the 16th nakshatra. Vishaka, as we discussed, spans a distance of 13 degrees and 20 minutes, starting from 20 degrees of Libra through 3 degrees and 20 minutes of Scorpio. Okay, the entire 13 degrees and 20 minutes. So it actually spans a distance of 13 degrees and 20 minutes in 2 zodiac signs. The first zodiac sign is Libra, and the second zodiac sign is Scorpio. In Libra, basically 3/4 of its distance is covered in the zodiac sign of Libra, and 1/4 of that distance is covered in the next zodiac sign, which is Scorpio. Okay, so the last pada pretty much falls in the zodiac sign of Scorpio, and the first 3 padas of 3 degrees and 20 minutes each fall in the zodiac sign of Libra. So that's very important to understand. Why? Because Scorpio will have different characteristics and Libra will have different characteristics. So the last pada of Scorpio, there will not be much of an influence of the zodiac sign of Libra there, and thereby the characteristics, the career interests, the other factors are going to be different. So the first pada of Vishaka Nakshatra falls in the Aries Navamsha. Like I said, it is a pada, but its distance is 3 degrees and 20 minutes, so it can be considered as a Navamsha itself. So the first pada falls in the Aries Navamsha for Vishaka Nakshatra people. Okay, so as we know that the ruler of Vishaka Nakshatra is Jupiter, and then it falls in the zodiac sign of Libra, so obviously there will be an influence of the planet Venus here. But the first pada itself, which is inside the zodiac sign of Libra, falls in Aries Navamsha, and this is ruled by Mars. Okay, so there's an influence of Mars as well. So this pada will bring in a lot of aggressive nature and energy and ambition to that person who's born in the first pada, thanks to the planet Mars. Okay, and he'll have very ambitious nature and extremely passionate in relationships. And as far as career interest goes, again, they'll excel in careers where a lot of energy is required. As we did discuss about the career interests of Vishaka in our video on Vishaka Nakshatra, where it discusses about the entire nakshatra. So, they could be military leaders. One of the career interests of Vishaka Nakshatra we did discuss. Refer to my earlier video on Vishaka Nakshatra, by the way, once again. It talks about, various career interests, and one of the career interests was military leaders, okay, and lawyers. So people who are born in the first pada of Vishaka Nakshatra, since this pada is ruled by the planet Mars because it falls in Aries Navamsha, will excel well as military leaders, okay, or lawyers. So you'll see a lot of people born in Vishaka Nakshatra first pada in those respective fields. So have a look, do some research, and I'm sure you'll come to a conclusion. The second pada will fall in the Taurus Navamsha, because after Aries comes Taurus. So the second pada, or the second Navamsha, falls in the Taurus Navamsha, which is ruled by the planet Venus. So here the characteristics of Venus, along with the other characteristics, so don't forget the lordship of the nakshatra, the presiding deity of the nakshatra, the planet which is ruling the nakshatra, which is Jupiter, as we know. Don't forget that. Don't forget the presiding deity. Don't forget the animal symbol. Very, very important, because that gives a lot of hint of the characteristic of that person. Do not forget the zodiac sign it is, and we know that the first 3 padas fall in the Venus or Libra zodiac sign, so there is an influence of the planet Venus. But at the same time, here the Taurus Navamsha, which is the second pada, itself falls in the Taurus Navamsha, okay, which again is Venus. So there's a double impact of Venus. Why? Because one, the Rashi Lord where this nakshatra is placed is Venus, and second, the Navamsha Lord or the Pada Lord, the second Pada, the second Navamsha, which is Taurus, also the Lordship is Venus. So there's a lot of focus here on the planet Venus, along with, like I mentioned, other factors like presiding deity, rulership of the planet, so on and so forth, rulership of the nakshatra, so on and so forth. So here you will see, they will influence that person to pursue career interests which are more Venus-like, and with a lot of material ambition. So money and desires. Venus is about desires. Mercury is more about money, but Venus is more about desires, karma. So here there'll be a lot of career interests related to Venus, like, could be TV artists, or could be good public speakers, so on and so forth, who can attract people, who can have some kind of attraction as far as their speaking, their appearance, and dress up well and go into professions which are more ruled by Venus. Charisma is the word I was looking for. Yes, they are more charismatic, and they'll pursue ambitions or career where charisma is of prime importance. Sometimes politicians, so they stand up in front of a crowd and they can speak and they can have that charismatic appeal, and there you go. So second para people are more towards materialistic one, and also fulfillment of desires, and could be good public speakers, or even charismatic political leaders as well, or any kind of leader which requires a lot of charisma and who can attract people. The third para falls in the Gemini Navamsha, as we know that after Taurus comes Gemini, and the lord of the para is Mercury, okay, but we know that Gemini is a dual person, so he'll be more sometimes a dual characteristic person, and refer to Gemini Rashi or Gemini zodiac sign characteristics. So you can, but at the same time, since they are very, very influenced by, or the lord of this nakshatra is Mercury, then they will be extremely good in communications, okay, extremely intelligent. That's where the real intelligence comes. You'll find a lot of professors, especially some connection with math or mathematics, good public speakers, okay, good communication skills, good businessmen as well, because money, as we know, is a very important aspect of Vishaka Nakshatra people. They excel in making money. They can make good businessmen. So you'll see a lot of good businessmen, successful businessmen, merchant, traders, stockbrokers, professors. Wherever the planet Mercury is of prime importance as far as the career is concerned, or as far as the general personality is concerned, you will find people of that kind of a characteristic and career interest when the person is born in Vishaka Nakshatra in the third para, because like I just mentioned, the third para falls in Gemini zodiac sign, and the lord of that para is Mercury. Okay, now we move to the fourth para. Now, as we just discussed, the fourth para moves into another zodiac sign, and this zodiac sign is the zodiac sign of Scorpio. Okay, so here the Venus quality gets reduced, or is not there when the para falls in the Cancer Navamsha, because Cancer Navamsha here will fall in the fourth para, and the zodiac sign changes, because like I just mentioned that Vishaka Nakshatra spans 3/4 into the zodiac sign of Libra, and 1/4, which is the fourth pada, into the zodiac sign of Scorpio. So here you'll see more of Scorpion qualities in Scorpio. Once again, rulership is Mars, so Mars is of prime importance. At the same time, Scorpio characteristics are going to be felt, along with the lordship of the nakshatra, along with the presiding deity, animal symbol, all those things, and more of Scorpio-like characteristics are going to be felt. And Scorpio is ruled by Mars, but there's a slight difference between Scorpio and Aries. Aries is a fiery sign and Scorpio is a watery sign. So here you'll find a lot of emotion involved. They'll be very passionate about their work because there's a lot of emotion involved. They get very emotionally connected with the kind of work they do. And also, since it falls in the Cancer Navamsha, that's also a water sign. So it's a double water sign here. One, the Rashi or the zodiac sign, which is Scorpio, which is a water sign. And second, the Navamsha itself falls in the Cancer Navamsha, which is again a water sign. So they'll be extremely emotional people, passionate about their work. And sometimes they can get very, very emotional about the kind of work, but at the same time, because of the Pada influence and the lordship of the Rashi, where it falls in the fourth Pada, they can get extremely revengeful as well, very vindictive. So that goes slightly in the negative side. It's very difficult for people who are born in the fourth Pada, which is ruled by the Navamsha of Cancer. So the rulership here is Moon, but at the same time the Rashi is Scorpio. So it's very difficult for them to forget if they get hurt, because thanks to the Rashi Lord, or the Rashi itself, not the Lord, but Rashi itself of Scorpio. Okay, so they have good executive abilities. They can be good businessmen at the same time, and they can be extremely intuitive as far as their work is concerned. But emotion, and then sometimes vindictiveness, and not being able to forget any kind of an insult or any kind of an emotional damage they would have suffered is something to be watched out for. But then again, these people are very, very promising, very, very intelligent, very wise, very good in business, can attract people, and have real wisdom in them thanks to the lordship of the entire nakshatra, Jupiter. So here what you'll see, look at the deity, which is Indra and Agni. Look at the animal symbol of Vishaka Nakshatra, okay, which is the animal symbol of Vishaka Nakshatra is a male tiger, very aggressive, and then of course slightly emotional where it comes to the fourth Pada, because of the impact of two zodiac signs of Cancer and Scorpio, but at the same time can get very, very attached, very passionate about their work. So that's a positive quality here. But here they can get revengeful at times, which is not very good. So hopefully you enjoyed this video on the four padas of Vishaka Nakshatra. So what I'll recommend is go ahead and watch the Vishaka Nakshatra in detail first, and then look at the padas, and then try to connect and try to ponder over it, and try to check out various birth charts and your own birth chart in case you are born in Vishaka Nakshatra. And in the meanwhile, I will recommend subscribe to my channel, check out my website, there is a link below, and I will see you with an interesting topic in Vedic astrology very soon. Goodbye.